What do you mean you're not coming back, Miriam? That's crazy.
I just don't want to.
You'll die. Prolonged exposure to low gravity will make your bones brittle, your muscles weak, it'll turn your eyes to jelly. Not to mention that you're being bombarded with cosmic radiation every moment you're outside of the atmosphere. You did read the terms and conditions before we sent you up, didn't you?
I did? Not.
You clicked. You clicked accept.
I didn't have a choice.
Well, you don't have a choice now. We have to bring you down tomorrow.
I don't want to go back.
Miriam, this is like a fish out of water choosing to remain out of water.
Well, good thing I'm the poet and you're not.
Don't you miss Earth?
I thought I might, but not.
The whole point of sending you up there is so that your keen sense of poetry would, given the perspective of low Earth orbit, allow you to more fully appreciate life down here on behalf of, well, the species. You're telling me that you're looking down at the pale blue dot and thinking, yeah.
Not meh, exactly. But it doesn't seem so spectacular.
But that's just it. You're supposed to see how small and unremarkable the Earth is, and then to conclude that the very existence of such seeming insignificance against the universal panoply
I looked at it, and I'm unimpressed. A mote of dust floating in the cosmos, and we still let children starve. I am done with it. It's nice to hear.
You're supposed to inspire humanity with your poetry.
Control. Humanity hasn't taken poetry seriously since and the St. Vincent and Millay. Not that I'm blaming her, but the poet's moment has passed. Doesn't matter if you send us to war or space. If I wanted to make inspiration, then I would be better off making a TikTok for them.
Miriam, what are you going to do
Are they all
up there?
supposed to like have TikTok?
What am I going to do down there?
Because like all of them
Freshman
mention
comic
TikTok
community
so
college.
far.
There are worse jobs.
Right?
Oh, I can think of one.
Like having to talk me down.
Way down to Earth.
Up and down have no meaning here.
You know you're going to ruin things for all the other poets who want to go to space.
And the chefs, and the artists, and the musicians. You know, we're all having a blast up here.
And it's time to come home.
We refuse.
You all refuse.
Earth doesn't deserve us.
I'm starting to agree.
Say more.
The ISS can't handle any more people.
We'll make it bigger. Send an architect.
You all want to stay. Is that what you're telling me?
Life is good here, Control.
You don't miss...
What? Drive-through tacos at midnight? We don't miss fast food, Control. We don't miss cable news. We don't miss presidents, prime ministers, or other. We don't miss your schools, your religions, your grocery stores, or your television shows where people vote for the best singer.
Oh, just look out the porthole, Miriam. There must be something you're attached to.
I see I was in Georgia, whooshing by so quickly.
There you go.
Famous throughout the South for its tombstone industry.
You know, we also built the space station you love so much.
Like I said, send architects and engineers, send materials. We'll make it bigger. You want my poem from Space, Control? Here it is, Control. Bye, bye, Earth.
Oh, she got the
Bye,
reference.
bye,
She got the reference.
loneliness. Hello, emptiness. I think I wanna flap out.
When the pod docks tomorrow, Miriam, we expect you to get on it.
Don't take me back home, Control.
It's out of my control, Miriam.
You'd like it up your control, you really would.
That's what we're all afraid of, Miriam. The transmission's going to cut as you set over the horizon. Try and get some rest. Re-entry can...
they'll still be coming in the morning. You're not offended, are you, Mother Earth? After all, it's not natural for a girl to want to return once she's left the home she's outgrown. Is it?
Awesome.
Woo!
I don't know about you, but watching Jacqueline just floating around is actually quite therapeutic. Definitely. There's this space. We are going to welcome the excellent playwright Michael and Polly, who both directed, and that was Polly's voice you saw as control there. So hello, both of you.
Polly, great job. And both of you.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Michael and family,
Yes.
fantastic.
Michael, where are you joining us from?
We're in Wilbraham, Massachusetts right now, visiting my mother-in-law, who is beautifully here.
Hello, mother-in-law.
Yeah, and you know it's the 4th of July, and it's her birthday tomorrow, so this was really exciting for
What a
us.
special day.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we did have a question. I'm going to set my timer. Our first question is again from Kalani. It is, why was it set in space?
Partly because of the medium, because I thought because we were doing this, I had no idea that Polly was going to come up with such a great idea for staging it, but I thought that maybe it had a possibility if it was going to be performed online that it might not have, you know, in a proscenium setting.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. I think it really worked. Absolutely. It was so.
Polly, how did you come up with this? How did you guys do that?
Well, I suppose I went through a lot of thoughts. First, was obviously I started with wheels. I was thinking roller skates to get a sense of gliding and stuff like that. But Jacqueline didn't have any access to any of that. So then I basically spent the weekend thinking about movement and thinking about being in space. If you start to move quite slowly, and because she had a great neutral background, it basically gave the impression that she was weightlessness. And then she had a stool that she could spin on slightly and just gave her a little bit more movement. And so we just spent the first day of rehearsal, just me and her practicing via Zoom, being all like floating around and being slow. And also thinking about the restrictions of Zoom, because you have buffering. So we wanted to keep the movements quite slow, the less opportunity to buffer.
That's it. This is what I love about writing for theater. Is you write something and then people like the two of you find it and just make it really alive. And thank you both. That was great.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you. It was a nice piece to work on, so yeah. And it's a shame that the other actress wasn't there because she was German and she had a great accent. So it gave the element of control by making it really neutral. Just pushed through the lines, and with her accent it was brilliant. But I realised when I had to stand in for her, my notes are really complicated. I was like, oh gosh. It's so much easier when I'm a director, you come up with the ideas and make people do it, rather than when you're the actor, you have to go and make it work. And so I was like, oh.
Yeah, Polly, we've got some questions now. Jake, do you want to?
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions about that exact thing, Control's voice and the character of Control. So anonymous attendee, again, please do feel free to include your names, everybody, so we can make it a bit more personal. They say, love the premise and having a blank screen that only reads Control. They really enjoyed the fact that it hints at really, really big themes. What attributes did you envision the voice of Control to have? Do you think they're a calming person, authoritative?
I wanted to play around with the idea. First, we were thinking, like, is it personal? Is it one person, or is it lots of people? And then I quite like the idea of making it so it could be anyone. Anyone. Control will be numerous people. You never in space. You don't know who you're talking to. You just know it's Control. And from that, we started to play around by making it slightly emotive. And then I just wanted to really push through the idea that it was very, not mean, but quite neutral, but matter of fact. Because it's at the beginning of the scene, it doesn't really matter what Marion says. She's still going back to Earth. And so it's undercutting her lightness, and which was quite apt because she was floating.
So it just rooted it, I think. And so we played around with that. And I suppose I watched The Matrix about a month ago, and I was like, yeah, so it's like Hugo Weaving's character of just the many faces, and it makes it more oppressive, I think. If you could see someone sitting in a control room, it would change the dynamic. So I wanted to, because we're in Zoom, and we can't really be literal, I just wanted to make it even more sort of honest in a sense.
Great, thank you, Polly. We've got loads of questions coming in, really blowing up in the Q&A. I'm gonna find one for the writer to ask, if that's okay. So I was gonna go for we've got another one from an anonymous attendee. Where did you look for inspiration for this play? Was it from films like Ex Machina or Interstellar or something else?
Those would have been good places to look. I was starting to develop this because there's a theater in New York that I want to pitch. They're doing a biennial commission, and I'll just be one of many sending in ideas, but they wanted plays inspired by the Decameron, and I thought space and the space station was kind of an isolated kind of way station and a place that those kind of stories could play out. So when I saw the call by the UnDisposables, I thought, maybe I should try to write something that might fit into that play. So that was kind of the inspiration here, and that's kind of what I pursued.
And that's when the time goes off, so perfect timing. Sorry, there was so much more questions that I want to get to in the chat, but I will share them with you after this because I think they're fantastic.
Hey, great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you everyone so much. Yeah, let's move on.